Our guest tonight is visiting Penn State to receive one of the highest honors given to alumni of the College of Earth and Mineral Sciences, the Charles Hosler Scholar Alumni Medal, which recognizes outstanding scientific contributions by alumni of the college. Dr. Maria Cazorla got her PhD in meteorology at Penn State in 2010. She is now a professor of environmental engineering at the Universidad San Francisco de Quito, the top-ranked university in Ecuador, where she also directs their Institute for Atmospheric Research. Welcome back to Penn State, Maria, and congratulations.
Thank you very much, John.
So you got your BS in chemical engineering in Ecuador, and then you came to Penn State to get a master's in environmental pollution control. What motivated you to come here in the first place?
Yes, so back at the time I was working in my country as a chemical engineer in a government agency that controls the oil sector and the crude oil operations. So I got to see from close what pollution does to pristine environments such as the Amazon, and that really motivated me to look for a master's program to study actually pollution control. And I applied to a Fulbright scholarship, and I got the Fulbright scholarship, and that's how I came to Penn State.
Fantastic. So for the Hosler Award, you're specifically being recognized for your work on regional and urban air quality. What sparked your interest in that area of research?
Yes, back in my country and in our region, there is a lot of gaps, knowledge gaps, for mechanisms of production of pollution, transport, and it's also a threat to public health. So that really motivates me to study it and to advance science and this topic within my region.
And you mentioned gaps, and that segues really nicely to the next question. In addition to your teaching and other professorial duties, you also established connections with two NASA global networks for monitoring air quality, and that filled in a huge gap in the northern part of South America. How did you make those connections, and what are these networks measuring?
Yes, after my PhD, I did a postdoctoral work at NASA Goddard Space Flight Center, and that's when I really met a lot of great scientists, made great connections. So once I was back in my country, I realized that I can really put all those connections and that knowledge and that high training that I received here in the States to work in my country. So through different connections and collaborations, we managed to incorporate our stations. Our university has two stations in Quito and in the Galapagos Islands, and we brought the NASA Aeronet and NASA Shadows networks to our country, and our stations really are unique because they're the only ones in the regions that have this joint collaboration of the two networks.
Well, let's talk about both Quito and the Galapagos. So you've studied the air quality in Quito, which is Ecuador's capital. It's the most populous city, 2.8 million people. What are the challenges facing Quito for cleaner air?
There's different challenges in Quito and other cities in my region. Knowledge gaps, lack of measurements and observations, that's a very important one. But aside from those technical aspects, I think something that we really need to work on is in improving the communication between scientists, academia, and the policymakers. Because I think that really strengthens policy devising for public health. And I think that's where we need to work more.
On the messaging, yeah.
Yes.
So let's go to the Galapagos, a couple hundred miles off the coast of Ecuador. What was it like doing research there?
It's wonderful. It's a wonderful setting. It's really beautiful, and we are just incredibly fortunate that our university is the only one in Ecuador and in the world really that has a campus in the Galapagos Islands. So there's a research center, there's great facilities, and through these collaborations with NASA and NOAA, we managed to start these laboratories and this research in the Galapagos. It's just a wonderful, wonderful experience.
That's fascinating. So what are some of the international environmental groups that you're part of? And and kind of what gives you the most satisfaction working on the international stage on behalf of environmental science?
Yes, I am a member of the, actually I'm the chair of the Scientific Advisory Group on Reactive Gases for the World Meteorological Organization. I am the co-chair for the Ozone Research Managers for the Montreal Protocol, and I'm also a member of the International Global Atmospheric Chemistry Americas Working Group. So what I really like about working with these bodies of experts is that I can bring the voice of my region to these groups and advance science in our region and talk about our problems too.
Very nice. We have time for one more question. What are some personal reflections perhaps from your years in State College? What did you like the most?
I really liked the campus, the facilities, the meteorology department. I'm very grateful to my mentor, to my professors. And what I really cherish the most is that here at Penn State and in the meteorology department, I could find my vocation as a scientist.
Dr. Maria Cazorla, 2010 PhD graduate of our department, also the recipient of the Charles Hosler Alumni Scholar Medal. Thanks for your time.
Thank you very much.
And we will be back in a moment with more.